just kind of let me know whenever you're ready, really.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been born ready.
Yeah.
Just don't bother turning up. So.
Cool. This podcast may contain questionable language, will contain spoilers, and hasn't got an intro, as last week's one doesn't work anymore.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 262 of MovieDrone. I'm in need of a donut cushion, Steve.
Oh, we'll get on to that. I don't know if I fancy a donut. Yeah, I'll have a donut cushion as well, Mark. For no real reason. It just sounds quite nice. But,
We'll get on to that.
Popping out, are they?
Oh, no.
Oh, have you been on a bike?
No. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
It's too exciting.
Sorry I haven't been around, mate, you know.
Yeah, wasted me intro joke.
Yeah, I know. Was it a good one?
No, it was a predictable 2:30 one. You know.
Oh, dear.
I'm going to break ranks and go with something good.
Well, I'm interested, mate. How have you been?
Well, for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been going well this new year, innit? New year, new start. We'll get it. Yeah, big old return to work. That sucked.
Yeah,
weren't nice. No. You know, 1 minute you're taking 20 minutes to make a cup of coffee and sitting there enjoying it. Next minute you're struggling to get a cup of tea during the day. Oh. Busy, isn't it? It's gone back. It's getting busy. It's just normally, like, if you go back and it's not busy, you can settle in nice. No, come on, everyone. Oh, fuck. I got some lizards though. That was fun, wasn't it?
Have you?
Yeah, went and got some lizards off this woman. I was like, yeah, you ain't got any of these lizards, have you? She was like, yeah. How many do you want?
Why have you gone and got lizards? Even the frogs?
Yeah, they're in with the frogs. I got this issue, like, the frogs, they can't fly or nothing, can they? So, like, you put fruit flies in and then they go up to the top and then some of them get out. She's like, I'm fed up of fruit flies getting out. So I was like, that's all right, get some lizards, isn't it? Get some lizards. Said to this woman, I'll have some of them lizards. How many do you want? I said, I'll have 4. Went round there, she was like, S7. So I bought them home, Cassie, like, that's going to look ridiculous in there. I've seen like 1, maybe 2 of them.
Have you?
Yeah. Just fuck off, didn't they?
Did they? I had an issue when I had my lizard where crickets kept getting out.
Oh, yeah, I had all that.
Finding them in the toilet and that, yeah.
Yeah, I used to have all that with my mum. She weren't much happy. Especially when my brother opened the bag and 2,000 of them went round the house. Not a popular day for me. Yeah. But yeah, they're cleaning up the fruit flies, which is nice. One issue is they're what they call parthenogenetic, right. Which means you don't need a male, so they just keep laying eggs and having babies. So I could end up with loads and all. Right. But at least I might see some. You know?
Yeah, just be all crammed. There'd be so many of them in there, just be crammed against the side.
I'll get up, on 11 o'clock at night. You know what that looks like, you know? I'll creep down the stairs with my phone, with my torch on, shining it in there, just so I can kind of see one that might poke its head out of somewhere. Right. Boring little bastards they are, anyway. Right. Smashed my hand up. Thought I broke it. I had to go to the hospital and everything.
Did you?
Yeah, but it's a lot better now. I thought it was broke this time last week. Went to the Memorial Sunday. Tendon damage, possible little fracture. Weren't interested in doing an X-ray, so that was good enough for me.
They normally do if it's a fracture possibility, mate. I think you might be hamming that one up a little bit.
No, that's what he said, but he said you strengthen your little pinky is good, so we'll just assume it's apparently ligaments go down and the tendons come back or something. Right. You know, he told me it was all right. I'll take his word for it. It still feels weird. Something about it don't feel right. That's all I'm going to say. Cleaned up my tool shed. That was quite exciting. Put some shelves in there.
You have been living the dream.
Lovely, mate. It does. I had it. Do you know one of them nice Saturdays when it's cold but sunny? I had them all out, shelves going up, all organised in there. That'll last about 5 minutes, but it looks lovely. Saturday night TV is good at the moment, isn't it?
I don't know.
Gladiators is back, mate.
Fucking hell.
It is amazing. Like proper old school. Keep getting together with my mum and having like takeaways and going to M&S, getting some food and that, and just having a proper family Saturday night in front of a telly box.
I keep trying to get Jill to watch some like normal, entertainment TV, but she's just not interested in
It's shit. I can't defend it. It's all shit. But that's what makes, he's got the charm, like the Masked Singer thing, and then the Gladiator thing, and then all this quiz thing. It's just proper old-fashioned family stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nice. But we have made the mistake the last couple of weeks of getting involved in this Traitors TV show.
Right.
You seen any of it?
It sounds like just people backstabbing each other.
It is,
Yeah,
but the best bit about it, right, the name of the game is to lie to people.
Right.
So you're like, are you a traitor? No, I'm not a traitor. Are you a traitor? No, not a traitor. But I think you're a traitor. I'm not a traitor. And then they go, can't believe he lied to me. I feel so hurt he lied. It's brilliant. Completed them 2 series now, so I've got to find something else. Shit.
Right. Ask Gill. She thought I'd give you something.
Yeah, you know, I've been thriving off shit. Because some nights, you know, you sit there and think, I just need something shit.
Right.
And it's filled the gap.
Beautiful.
Yeah, how about yourself, mate? Tell us about your donut cushion.
Well, you know, first let's just go through the tooth thing. So the tooth thing, that was quite good.
Yeah.
I fell asleep before they started. I woke up as they finished.
Got that bad boy out?
Yeah, I did, yeah. So fair play to them. It was worth the money,
Did you keep it in a little plastic? Did they give you it in a little plastic thing to rattle around?
No. Why the fuck would I want to keep it?
Did they not say, do you want to keep it?
No, they didn't, no. I don't know. I was out of my head. But, so the nice little Wednesday afternoon, you know, and then Thursday I felt, you know, a bit fucked and I was just sleeping and that. It was nice. No work, no nothing. One of the only days for a while I've had that. So it was actually quite nice. Got high cholesterol, weirdly. No.
I remember someone giving me a little bit of shit about cholesterol levels.
Is yours high?
No, mine's gone back down now.
See, this is crazy because like I don't eat like nothing processed and that, and I do all my running and everything, and I'm training for a marathon of like, you know, I don't know. And they asked me, do you think it could be for your family? I didn't really know. So I asked my dad, you know, I sent him a message. I don't really speak to him. And he replied back, hi, Keith. So I just didn't listen to a word that he said. So that was fun. But yeah, so now I'm on, Jill's got me on everything that's good cholesterol. So now my diet is oat cakes and fucking Benecott. So
one of them Yakults in the morning.
Yeah, it's you know, it's a mystery to me, and it's really annoying.
When you say high, like you're gonna be brown bread or something, or just a little bit peaked.
They keep dropping the levels, you know. So I don't know. No, I'm all right. I should be all right. And then I had a prostate exam today.
Ooh, did you?
Yeah.
Did they have to go in?
I mean, it's a weird thing, isn't it? It's weird.
If it saves your life, it's worth it, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I obviously will tell everybody the story about me going there, but I don't want to put anyone off going. You should go.
Yeah, you
especially
definitely.
Get to a certain age. Like Jill's like, you got to go. The NHS website says you got to go.
I think when you get to 60, you have to shit in a box, don't you? So yeah, I think it's finger for your 50th and shit in a box for your 60th.
Is it? Yeah. Well, anyway, so it's weird, isn't it? I don't know if have you had one?
No.
Oh, it's weird. Oh, you enjoy the story.
It is.
I enjoy the story. So you go down there and she explains to you what you need to do. Mm-hmm. So you have to lay on your side, sort of facing the wall. Exposed, you know, all down sort of thing, in the fetal position.
Okay.
And she says to you, I just need to go and get chaperone. You go, sorry, what? Just need to go and get a chaperone. We have to have a chaperone when we do it. And it's like, has this woman got previous? You know what I mean? Yeah. You're a bit worried.
I think I'll trust you, love. I'm going to assume you're not doing this.
Well, I said to her, you know, I thought to myself, no, I'll trust you. As long as you take your rings off and you don't complain about losing your watch afterwards, you're good. You are good with me. And then, but no, apparently you have to get a chaperone. So they get you in a position, and it takes quite a while for them to go and get the chaperone. So you're sort of laying in a fetal position.
Your awareness is there.
Staring at the wall, hoping no one's going to sneak up behind you with the draft like blowing around your crevice. And then sort of like they come in, and it was a bloke with the woman. I had a woman doctor, and the bloke come in. They have a good look outside first.
Oh, really?
Which is a little bit thingy. Then she goes in, and they both have, you know, she has a little feel and explains it. And then I think the worst thing is when you leave, you see the chaperone standing behind the receptionist desk. Now, what do? Do you give him a little thumbs up? little nod your head. Cheers for that, mate. Thank you very much.
Did he? No, I don't want to go like too crude, but did he have a go as well?
I don't think he did, but I was facing the wall.
I want to know if he's a medical professional or whether he's just like work experience lad or something like that.
Could have been. I don't know. I just saw him behind reception. I hadn't seen the bloke before, and I saw him when he was filling. I couldn't make eye contact with him when he was filling in the computer, saying he was the chaperone. And then he left, I didn't really... I mean, I'm
going to guess, mate, you've seen one arsehole, you've seen them all. I can't imagine they rate them. I can't imagine they get much fun out of it.
Maybe they did. Mate, I reckon she rated mine quite very good,
Yeah, nice and tidy.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for asking. It was all right.
Have you had your result, they tell you it's all right straight there and end, eh?
Well, I mean, if your prostrate's fucking size of a grapefruit, they tell you.
I don't understand much about it, if I'm honest.
If it's big, it's bad.
Is that all they're checking for, the size of it?
Pretty much, and if it's rough or smooth.
Okay, so yours is smooth and small, is it?
Small one, like a walnut sort of thing.
Smooth and small.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you should get your card.
Thanks. Jill got me a gingerbread man to say well done for going, and I pointed to the gingerbread man and showed her where the lady touched me. Well, I think it was her.
Me here and here.
That's it.
No, fair play to you, mate.
I think it was her anyway. Unless that chaperone, dirty boy.
Yeah, we should all go and do it. We should all play the game.
Yeah,
you know,
you should go. You know, I describe it as something that's thingy. The only thing, the worst thing was the weight. You know, the worst thing was staring at the wall in a fetal position.
My chocolate starfish is winking at everyone. Was you pointing towards the door?
No, I couldn't see. I was pointing towards the wall.
Yeah, I know you was, but was your bumhole pointing towards the door? Would they literally come in the door and go, "Oh, hello"?
Wrong room. Sorry, some little girl come for a checkup. No, that would have been better. You know, that would have made it a bit more of a light sort of afternoon. But you know,
I mean, I'm not going to say I'm looking forward to it, but I shall go when I need to.
Just let me know when you do. I can prepare you for it. But anyway, if you think you got a problem, please go. It's not that bad.
So too fat and finger at your bum. What else have you had this week then, mate?
High cholesterol,
High cholesterol.
That, yeah. So I'm going through the meal. But there you go. Fucking, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, mate, you got any thanks?
Yes, mate. I got thanks to Right Stuff Reviews, to Keith Noakes, Tim, Soundtrack Your Life, Podcast That Wouldn't Die, Mike and Oscar, WTM, Watch If You Can Pod, Talk Nerdy to Me, and Lewis Riehm.
Thank you very much, everyone, for those reposts on the old Exarooney. I've got special thanks this week to Jill, Cassie, Jamie Russell, Emma at Movies, LJ Human, Ian McIntyre, Mr. Positivity and Eric, Karim Helliwell, Ben and Paul from Filmbusters, Peter from Duel Podcast, Ryan and Glyn. So thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah.
Promo, mate?
Yes, mate.
Have you ever wondered, what is the most overrated film to win Best Picture at the Oscars?
Or what is the best Paul Verhoeven movie?
Oh, what the best Bond film is?
And the best outlaw biker movie.
Or the worst video game adaptation.
Well, here at the MovieDrone Podcast, we're here to answer those questions. On each episode, we select a subject based around movies, and then myself and my co-host each select a film that we think best fits that subject. The only rule being that you cannot pick a movie that has already been discussed on the podcast. So from best to worst, overrated to underrated, to anything that you can think of, here at MovieDrone Podcast, we've got it covered.
I'm a bit worried now. I've not got a smooth walnut. I've never really thought about it.
I reckon yours might
I hope it's not a bumpy
inflated.
peach.
You've got a peach.
Real lumpy peach.
They talk about grapefruit size. Imagine, yeah, she said like, fucking hell.
Can I show my complete naivety?
Mm.
What does a prostate actually do?
Presses against your bladder.
I've never really thought about it. It's not something I can see. I tend not to think about stuff I don't see.
Right.
I don't remember ever being taught about it. I just know some stuff with it's bad.
If it enlarges and that, it makes you go wee in that a lot, doesn't it? And you can't stop that. That's why you sort of know that you might have an issue with it, apparently. Yeah.
And it's 50s a year where this might start going...
Apparently so.
All
If
right.
you look at the website, which unfortunately Gill did. So can we stop talking about my prostate? I mean, do you want to have a look? You can have a look.
I was talking about mine.
Oh.
I know what yours is, mate. Yours is smooth walnut. We've covered that. Mine's into the unknown.
Lay down there. We'll have a look. Go on, Oliver.
You're an expert now.
Small fingers. When I went down to book it a while ago, I said I need to book a prostate exam. They said, have you got any preference to a doctor? I said, is man or woman? I said, if the female one's got smaller fingers.
Which I
feel bad
bet they've
asking.
never had. I bet no one's ever said that.
I just still feel bad asking, you know what I mean? But there you go. So, Movie Duel Podcast this week with Jamie, I believe, and it is most overrated gangster films. The two choices I probably do agree with, actually.
Okay.
Carlito's Way, never been a massive fan of. Untouchables, even though I like watching it. I don't think it's an amazing film.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't go for anything controversial as such. But I've been listening to a lot of the old Quick Draw episodes.
Right.
When I say a lot, some of them.
Right.
Obviously, I listened to yours, which I thought was all right till I heard the others. Yeah, listen to Sean's one, listen to Ben's one. All very good. Good, honest conversations throughout.
Good, good. So please, everybody, listen to our lovely friend Peter and his friends on Movie Duel Podcast.
Please.
Go on then.
Welcome to the Marc reads some film lines in some similar voices, and Steve has to guess the film from the lines read to get points game. Hashtag what's that film?
All over the place tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, what section it is.
No,
So anyway, so there we go.
probably be all right.
Yeah, probably. So who got what and what was it?
It was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Of course it was, mate. Emma got a 5.
Hmm?
Gill, shocker, got a 5. Maisie got a 5. Ryan got a 5. Karim got a 0. He's not seen it. He's not seen it. Peter got a 4 and LJ got a 4.
I got 4. Would you recommend that film nowadays to someone like Karim?
I don't think I can answer that.
Right.
I've obviously got that thing of I remember it. I've got the nostalgia for it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Karim, if you've not seen it, I mean, it's a right passage, really. You got to watch it.
Suppose.
Yeah.
So what you got this week?
Oh yeah, this one. All right, 5 points. What's the film? Hope is a dangerous thing. Hope can drive a man insane.
That's a good impression, wasn't it? Of something.
Yeah.
Um.
No. Not even close. 4 points. What's that film? I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living or get busy dying.
I don't know. I don't know who you're trying to mimic.
Yeah, I'm not doing it very well.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Fucking hell. I thought it was a good one.
Probably in my brain's telling my mouth that I can do it better. And what's coming, it's like singing, really. Like that. What actually comes out.
I mean, if that's the case, I ain't got a clue.
I just like to think my ears are broken.
Right.
And actually it's coming out perfect.
No,
now.
it's not. No.
Right, 3 points. What's that film? I believe in 2 things, discipline and the Bible. Here you'll receive both.
No, I don't. I don't know. No.
2 points. What's the film? I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged.
I'll take it. It's like iconic or something, and I really should get
massive.
it. Yeah, it sounds like very iconic lines, but
You'll get it on one. You're not
Do you
going to
reckon?
go home with nothing.
do you reckon?
Yeah, you'll get it on one.
I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to go for one.
1 point then, mate. What's that film? I remember thinking it would take a man 600 years to tunnel through the wall with it. And he did it in less than 20.
Hey. I watched that the other day.
So did I. Why do you think it's on here? Hey,
Oh, it just goes to show.
I don't research this shit. I just think
I think the problem is
That'll
I've
do.
seen it so many times. It's just like it's on, and I don't really concentrate on the nuances on it anymore. You know, I probably only watched it properly once, and then it's just on. So, if you think I'm sure we're going to get a few 5s on that one. If you think you know what it is, and let us know how many you got via DM and your guess, please.
Please.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
This is. Fail track. Burn my eardrums out that one.
Yeah, it was a bit loud, wasn't it? I don't know why.
So we've got you've done a question this week, I think.
Yeah.
Or someone has.
I did it, yeah.
So
we're what we're doing is we're reliant on the first and second given question of each year we're burning through.
Right.
And we haven't got any others. So
can we do a quick draw next week then?
yes.
Let's just do a shout out one.
Yep.
Yeah. Just
fucking
quick,
right.
off the top of your head one. Yeah,
absolutely.
Brilliant. Okay. So if anyone wants to ruin that and send us a question, where can I send it?
Via Twitter or Xaruni, which is at movie_drone, or via email on moviedronepodcast@hotmail.com.
Super. Moving on.
Yeah.
This is the next section. This is a section that we love to call
Question time.
Question time, question time. Time for the question, question time. Question time, question time. Time for the question, question time.
Did you notice that I've got a different drink tonight because Jill doesn't want me to drink sugary pop.
You don't drink sugary pop?
No, I know, but it's got all the
Aspartame
sweetener,
and stuff in it.
all
That's
that.
probably hasn't it?
Is it?
Look at it.
Water bubbles, it's called. Wonky fruit. It's made with, it's got like nothing in it.
Well, it's not got no sweeteners in that at all.
I don't know, I don't think so. It tastes like shit.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. It's literally tastes like just sour grapefruit milk or whatever it is.
I mean, in fairness, I'm just on sparkling water at the moment.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't told my life of it.
Oh, yeah.
Ice and sparkling water.
Lovely.
Maybe a slice of cucumber or a slice
Lovely,
of
lovely.
lemon.
Don't give Jill ideas. I want to fucking drink me
Beautiful.
grapefruit muck.
Your water bubble wonky fruit. Basically, that means the old shit we couldn't sell.
It is exactly it.
Yeah.
Exactly it. Put it in a lot of packaging and ruin the earth. So you done a question. What is it?
I didn't do one. I just nicked it from every other year we've done it, mate. So
Oh.
our top 5 most anticipated films of 2024, and then I added +2 that make you want to die inside.
Right. Okay. I've got sort of more.
Yeah,
just
me
in case
too.
you got-
Yeah, I've got loads.
So what's your ones that you want to see?
Now I've got a little caveat on mine, mate. I have got this year 0 that I'm marking as a must see.
All right.
Worrying that, isn't it? I'm looking forward to some.
Right.
But it's difficult to do a list of my top 5 because I've got quite a few that I think, yeah, that'll probably be all right, but none that I'm like desperate to see.
Right.
Scary, isn't it? So my number 5, mate, is a trailer I watched and I thought, that looks all right, you know. It's called Civil War. Kristen Dunst, Jesse Plemons, Civil War breaking out in America. It's an A24 film.
Yeah.
Looks all right.
From Alex Garland, done Ex Machina,
Right.
Ex Machina.
That celebrated a big anniversary this year.
Did it?
This week.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I've actually got one that I don't know if it is coming out this year or not. It's a bit of a guess, but I saw the trailer, so I presume that it is. It's a little film that I think I sent you. It's called Stop Motion.
Okay.
I like the little mask on the little character thing.
When you sent it to me, I was like, But when I watched the trailer, I was like, it looks fucked, but it looks totally different and fresh and original, and I can agree with you on it, mate. It looks all right.
Yeah, it's quite fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My number 4, mate, and I'm not entirely convinced, but I like the franchise. I'm looking forward to it. It's that Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Might be a bit too Paul Ruddy. But
It's in my die inside.
is it?
list. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got like 6 in that,
Yeah.
and that's in that.
Right, okay.
Because it is a bit Paul Ruddy. Paul Rudder's a Ghostbuster, and you got all that sentimental shit with all the others back again.
Yeah.
It's just, you know...
They're not going to do the Egon bit again, though, although they must have let him go now.
Probably. You know, just at the end. So just to let everyone know or forget how shit the film is. Maybe they will. Who knows? My next one is Ballerina.
Okay, yeah,
No.
it's in my after list as well.
Not because it's got Anne Darmis in.
Big part of it though.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe over 50% of it.
yeah.
But, yeah, you know, let's have a look at that.
Yeah.
See what goes
No,
on.
with you, mate. With you. My one, mate. The only new thing in my notes from this week, because I made the thing of watching the trailer, and I thought I'm going to tweet how shit this is, and I thought that looks fucking good. That it's a new Roadhouse.
Fuck off.
No, honestly, it looks fucking
Shut up, you
brilliant.
Jill won't even watch the trailer.
Really?
Like, no, fuck it. No, she's like, no, not watching it.
I was like, I mean, I still think it's going to be a bit ropey, but I was like, that film don't need to be touched, don't go near it. I watched the trailer, it looks fucking good, mate. It really looks good.
That is really
Conor
bad.
McGregor strutting around as well. Hey, you fucker. Hey, man. It's fucking brilliant. It looked brilliant.
Oh, dear. My next one is Borderlands.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
Have I got it written down here? No.
No. It's based on a computer game. Like a wasteland sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah. So probably...
Sounds original.
Well, it's not. It's a comic book, not a comic book, a game adaptation. Yeah. They're not normally that good, but, Borderlands is quite a sort of fun shoot-'em-up sort of thing. So maybe it'd be fun.
You never know. My number 2, mate, it's a bit of a risk, but I'm already looking forward to next Christmas, between Halloween and Christmas. It's a Terrifier 3.
Right. I hope they don't fuck it up.
I don't think they're going to yet.
Right.
I think it's due,
right?
But I think they've got quite a decent amount of time between now and sort of when it's going to come out, and I'm hoping they're going to go bold and wipe off a couple of main characters and make him as evil and twisted as they normally do.
Maybe.
But it's going to be a good Christmas film.
Yeah, maybe. My next one is The Fall Guy.
Looks all right.
I just remember the original Fall Guy.
Yeah.
From like when I used to watch it, when it used to be on the TV. And, why not? Why not?
Annoyingly looks better than I want it to.
Really?
Yeah.
It sort of reminds me a little bit of Drive.
Right.
The film with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
But I remember Fall Guy with all his capers on TV. Bring back the TV show. Bring back the original cast. That I'll watch on a Saturday night.
Yeah. Okay. My number 1, mate, it's got to be done. I think it's probably the biggest film that's coming out this year, in my opinion. It's Dune 2.
It is, yeah. I think it'll be all right.
It's the one I'm going to make an exception for and go to the cinema, definitely.
Yeah.
Rest of them, yeah, I might not.
There isn't much else that I've got. There is, I don't even know which one to choose. I think I'm going to go for maybe the fun one, which is Argyle. Which is a bit of a spy.
After I've read about that today.
A bit of a spy caper. I like a bit of a spy caper.
Right.
I mean, it was either that or Furiosa. And
not Joker?
No, it's musical, isn't it? I mean, it looks, I suppose it'd probably be all right, but
I've got Furiosa on my list.
Yeah, I don't think I like the trailer for Furiosa, but I think, I fancy a little spy caper. That's why I said I'll go. So.
I mean, I read something about it today that it's going to be the biggest box office flop of 2024 already.
Probably, but it doesn't mean that...
no, you might like it.
Yeah, it's the sort of film that I'll quite happily sit and watch at home.
No, good for you, mate. Good for you. Only other couple I've got as this sort of honourable mention things are Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. I saw the trailer for that the other day.
Right.
The new Guy Ritchie one.
Right.
Henry Cavill in it. Looks all right, that.
His last one was Pup.
Yeah, this is apparently... I mean, I watched the trailer and I was like, is it fuck? But it says it's based on a true story.
Right.
So I don't know how much of it. There's one called The Bike Riders coming out.
Right.
Austin Butler, Jodie Comer, Tom Hardy.
Right.
Set in the 60s, about a biker gang.
Right.
Looks all right. Knives Out 3. The Abigail one you chucked in there the other day. I thought that actually looks all right. And then we got A Quiet Place Day 1.
Yeah.
But see what I mean? There's nothing that's... I'm just like, oh, yeah, I've got to see that. There's a lot of...
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So films that make you want to die inside, I've got probably... I've got a couple, and then there's like a couple of others that I should mention.
Yeah, I've got 3 that make me want to die inside, and I've got a couple of I ain't sure about these.
Right.
So my first want to die inside one is Twisters.
Yeah, I don't think I think, was it supposed to be linked with it, and now they've sort of severed all links?
It was planned as a remake, and now it's a new chapter.
Yeah, it's because it's shit.
It's going to be shit, isn't it? It just, I mean, that is, for me, that is one of the most amazing I'm off eating shit food to see films ever. I love it. And then this, they're going to ruin it. Just make another film about, don't even try to get it near it. Just go, we'll just call it Tornadoes and do a completely separate thing. I'm trying to ruin a legacy.
My first one is that Speak No Evil.
That's on my not sure list. Hollywood remake. Why? Because it's such a fucking great foreign language film.
It was a good film. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And it's just why do you have to keep remaking stuff?
No, I had this discussion with Miles in the office.
I don't know if it's the sort of thing that I'll end up probably watching, and I think to myself, just don't, because you enjoyed the original so much. So why would you?
And I don't think the original can be improved. And I know you get people going, but I don't like reading. And it's too much effort to sit and read it.
You should learn Danish then.
Yeah, but half of it is, you pick up some of the dialogue, but it's such a well-filmed and done film that's got shocking enough scenes in.
Yeah.
Just get a life.
Yeah.
My number one, mate, for worst ones ever, Bad Boys 4.
Worst ones? I thought you loved it.
No.
I thought you loved Bad Boys.
No, I'm done with them, mate. Done with them, yeah.
I thought you liked number 3.
It was all right, wasn't it?
No, it was terrible.
And they're not calling it Bad Boys for Life. I mean, they've just gone for Bad Boys 4. I don't like Will Smith anymore. Done with it all. Done with it all.
I don't know if this one's out in 2024. I'm not sure. It's Karate Kid.
That's my next one.
Ralph
Yeah,
Macchio
he's
and
back, isn't he?
Jackie Chan.
What the fuck are they doing? Talk about ruin a legacy.
Well, it's Cobra Kai, isn't it? That's
Yeah, but I mean...
you have all these things. You go, Cobra Kai, it's the best TV show ever and that, and then you end up with this as a spin-off.
I stopped after...
your fault, isn't it?
I stopped after season 2, I think. I think they're still going with it.
Are they?
It just, it was nice for a bit of nostalgia, and then I was like, this is just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I've got a few more. I've got Bad Boys 4. I had Venom 3. The first 2 were fucking shit. So why do a third one? I have absolutely no idea. And Transformers 1. I mean, the last Transformers thing was just terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, who's watching it anymore? I don't get it.
I think I've got another big concern as well. Is this new Beetlejuice?
I thought you might have that as like a one you wanted to see.
No, I really don't.
I think they'll do that quite well. It's not, I don't really watch the first one.
I've got it in my not sure with Speak No Evil and Beetlejuice. It's either going to be really great or they're just going to ruin it.
I think they do it quite well.
I hope they do.
Yeah.
But I don't now look on Beetlejuice with the same fondness I used to.
No.
I kind of sit down and watch some of it now and just think I haven't quite got the same oomph behind it I used to.
Right. Well, there you go.
But I can't see 2024 being much better than 2023, if I'm honest, mate.
No. I'm still waiting to see Poor Things.
Yeah. Miles saw it the other day. He went to cinema and watched it. And all the text I got from him was, you have got to watch that film.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I've heard. So, I really need to see it. Really need to see it. So, there we go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. We saw a film.
We did, mate. We saw a film. It's currently 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb. It's rated as a PG, builds an action comedy family with synopsis of, with dreams of opening a shop in a city renowned for its chocolate, a young and poor Willy Wonka discovers that the industry is run by a cartel of greedy chocolatiers. It's got a gross of something and a budget of something, because I didn't write it down. I'm guessing a budget of a lot, and it's taken a lot.
Well, it's 125 million budget, taking 552 million at the box office.
Okay.
It's directed by Paul King, starring Timothy Chalamet, Calla Lane, Keegan-Michael Key, Patterson Joseph, Matt Lucas, Matthew Bainton, Sally Hawkins, Rowan Atkinson, Jim Carter, Olivia Colman and Hugh Grant.
This was 2023's Wonka.
Clip.
I've spent the past 7 years traveling the world perfecting my craft. You see, I'm something of a magician, inventor, and chocolate maker. So quiet up and listen down. Nope, scratch that, reverse it.
Mr. Wonka, I can see you're a man of great ingenuity.
What are you doing?
I'm making chocolate, of course. How do you like it? Dark, white, nutty, absolutely insane.
Many people have come here to sell chocolate. They've all been crushed by the chocolate cartel. You can't get a shop without selling chocolate, and you can't sell chocolate without a shop.
There we go. Right. So, 2023's Wonka. What did you think?
I was amazed, mate. I watched in wonder and thought it was some of the best cinema I have seen for a long time. Is a sentence I could apply to the last 30 seconds of this film.
Yeah, okay.
the 1 hour 50 odd beforehand would be summed up as a bit of a Kinnerton's chocolate advent calendar, a little bit bland and dull.
Hershey's.
Tastes like vomit. To be honest, mate, weren't an awful lot I liked about it, and it hurt. I had heard amazing things about this, people saying how wonderful it was and how great and how it's a proper showpiece. And the kids went and saw it, they come back and said, oh, it's amazing, it's amazing. Me and Cass was like, oh, we'll do just a date night to go and see it. Run out of time. Eventually got around to going and seeing it with that same excitement. Both just went, what the fuck was that? The 30 seconds at the end, absolutely, that's what I wanted, that film. And then, yeah, what? No, I didn't like it.
No, I mean, I didn't like it. I mean, there's I had a weird thing where it opened with a song.
Yep.
Yeah, and I said to Jill, it's a fucking musical.
Yep.
What is it, a musical? What the? And she said, well, the others are.
Yeah.
And I went, are they?
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah.
And thinking about it, they've obviously got some songs, but I don't think they're like this one.
This is certainly more theatre.
Yeah, and this is where I've got this from, where it says this is like a drama school production that someone's chopped a few quid at.
This is what I got from it, if I'm honest. I had to double check the writers of it, because there was certainly, I felt like I was watching almost a mix of Oliver, and there was certainly some melodies there of Les Mis. And I was like, I wonder if the same writers are involved, and they weren't. Thought Cameron McIntosh must be on there somewhere, and they weren't. And they've stolen some stuff, like Wonka stole his recipes and shit. They've stolen some recipes from other shows to make this fantastic one, and it's Kinnerton's.
It was made like an old sort of Cockney film, wasn't it? Like Oliver Twist and stuff.
It was.
Like that,
certainly had them aspects of these old ones, and it lost its. The thing that amazes me with Wonka is the colour palettes and the vibrancy and the inventiveness of all of it. And suddenly we've taken all of that, gone into. I mean, I thought origin story. That's great. We're going to go over to Lumperland and we're going to go and get the Snozwangers and the Jazzwoggers or whatever they was called. And we're going to go and battle them, and we're going to save the Oompa Loompas. We're going to build a factory, and it's all going to be amazing. He's going to try. It's something totally unrelated to any Wonka legacy at all, apart from sticking one song in there we all knew, and the 30 seconds at the end.
Yeah. We had, I think it got lost in some of the subplots, like this, like the slave sort of trade thing, that part of it. And I didn't enjoy the performance by the young girl, probably a lovely person. But
I did not.
I thought that was the most drama school thing that I'd ever seen. And Jill mentioned it, and it sort of stuck in my head. She was the first one to say it's like a drama school. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to nick that, because I think it is.
I think she's right.
And there was elements of that side story that I liked. I actually thought probably Olivia Colman and that and Lover were the only bit of the sub-story that I actually liked. I didn't like the other one, the other slave people or whatever. I don't know. I think it just got lost in all of that. I don't think we needed any of that. You're right. You probably needed to get to the point where he was doing the factory. I mean, where was all that? It was just a shop, and yeah, there was nothing inventive in there really. Or I would disagree about the colour. I did quite enjoy the colours and the contrasting colours from the darkness of, the sweatshop sort of thing, right through to the sort of colours in his costume and things. I thought that was all right, if I'm honest. It's one of the highlights of it.
Okay, well, I'm going to disagree with you on something, and this is going to break my heart to say it, because she's a lovely, lovely lady. But I hated Olivia Colman and Tom Davis. The fucking pair of them, far too much of it. Far too many I mean, I know some of the old podcasts in America have mentioned it, and we've had a little bit of banter going to and fro about how they're nicking all of our actors and actresses and stuff. Far too many random Brits turning up with quirky characters that didn't work. What the fuck was Matt Lucas doing?
Well, I mean,
he weren't funny. He weren't. We had Easy Sooty popping up.
Matt Lucas, he wasn't really, out of the three bankers, there was one, wasn't there, that was like the prominent one. The other two were just there for sort of quips. He was, I mean, if you're going to put him in, maybe give him something to do. He was underused. You're right. It was this little sort of cameo, but
it was more than a cameo.
Well, yeah, I mean, he just stood there most of the time. And he had the odd line.
Look at me, I'm quirky and British. And it's fuck off.
Well, I mean, they was obviously trying to do something like Oliver Twist and stuff like that, weren't they? You know, like these old thingies, and in those you do have the over eccentric sort of Cockney characters. And
Olivia Colman and Tom Davis were the innkeeper.
He was funny.
They were the innkeeper and the wife stolen from Les Mis.
Of course, yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that
you might as well have had Helena Bonham Carter in there.
Well, I'm not saying that there was any thought gone into it. I'm just saying, like, in a poor film, there were some scenes with them two that was all right. I quite liked his character. I thought it was all right. I mean, I hated him. They were the only part of the sub-story of that sweatshop thing, which we didn't need, that I found tolerable.
I think I found it tolerable at the beginning when he sort of picked him up and they took him back to the thing and she gave him a gin, and I thought there's something a bit wrong here. It didn't take much to work out with the score and bits, and the old contract and bit, it was fine, but then he started dressing in lederhosen.
Yeah.
What?
What? I mean, they explained it why, you know what I mean?
Oh, and I love you, old lord, and stuff, and it was just painful.
Well, the writing was terrible. You're right. Right down to the writing of the songs. Now, I don't normally listen to lyrics and songs because I normally zone out, but these were so bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
There weren't really even melodies to pick from, were there?
I'm not worried about the music. The music maybe I could tolerate if it was an instrumental, but some of the lines that he was singing, I haven't actually written them down because I think my brain's gone, don't ever mention them again, but they was just so bad that I was listening out for them, and it sort of took me away from the fact that it was in a song. It was like someone just speaking this just incomprehensible mishmash.
Hey, well, they were. I totally agree. There was only one song I was waiting for because they kept teasing the little bits, because when it started and we had that little sort of melody come in, I was like, oh, nostalgia. And then he was just making up words to random melodies that kind of fitted, kind of didn't.
I mean, putting that last song in from the original just showed how bad all the previous ones were.
And I think they made it worse because they changed some of the words in there and it didn't work as well.
No, but I mean, it just that I could cope with, but some of the things he was saying, I'll have to go back and see if I can find
they weren't
some.
clever, they weren't catchy. They were just trying to fit lyrics in. Most of it didn't
fucking make sense. Yeah, no. It was just saying something that rhymed, whether it made sense to the moment or not. Very, very weird way of doing it.
Yeah.
I don't think that you could have got anyone else really to play the part of Wonka. I don't think it was, I don't think it was a fantastic performance, but I don't think there's anyone that I could say, I would replace him with.
No, he's probably my one positive of the film, if I'm honest. I actually quite liked him as a Wonka. I don't think I think it's one of them roles that I think Johnny Depp fell a little bit into the trap of trying to play him a little bit too cranky and a little bit too crazy. And I don't particularly like the Johnny Depp version, but I'm not against it totally. But I think he ramped it right up. And I think when we look at the original, he wasn't that crazy. And I think Timothée Chalamet did a good job of trying to ground the character and not go too cray-cray with it.
Yeah, I didn't find the actual tone of the film charming at all. And I think the first one was, it had that charm to it. And this one was actually quite vicious. I found the undertone of it with the bank managers and the slave house and stuff like that. I thought it was actually quite a sort of vicious film, and it just completely lost all of the charm from the first one. Just tonally off.
Yeah, see, I've got one thing with it, and I haven't had anyone agree with my point on this so far, and everyone goes, I think you're wrong now. So I'm going to try it, but I'm probably wrong. But I found this one landed more to, and I think it's that theatre part to it. It went weirdly more into fantasy than the original. Because I found the original had like caricatures of stereotypes with all the characters. And And we add the element of fantasy with the Oompa Loompas, yeah, and we're talking about vermicious canids and shit like that. But other than that, I thought it was minimal. We had the machines that made it, and you could actually believe that some of these things were possible with a mad inventor.
Mm.
And then we've got chocolates flying around with bugs in like circles and shit. And
yeah, there wasn't much to sort of show. Yeah,
it was a bit Tim Burton-esque and stuff. But like the original, we had the fizzy lifting drink, but there was some context to it. These people are just suddenly flicking around, and I was just like, this has gone a bit too. Yeah, there's a good way of putting it. Not enough Oompa Loompa either, and I thought he was good.
Are you fucking joking?
I thought he was. Let's reword that. I thought he was a good Oompa Loompa, and he was funny. I did not like the story they went down with, where he's trying to get these chocolate back. Because the original story is they went to Olympia Land, vicious canids, snozwangers. He fought them off. He saved them. They was all friendly and that. And then suddenly we've got him like a little ankle biter chasing him around with a jar.
I mean, I've just got Hugh Grant, what the fuck, written down.
Really? I didn't. I found him quite funny when he was like, oh no, I'm started dancing now.
I can't even imagine the conversation when he agreed to do it. I've got to be honest. It's like, Hugh, do you want to be an Oompa Loompa? Well, no, fuck off, is what I expected that conversation would have gone like. But no, there he is. Look, pops up. I don't know about that. I think there's one thing that made me laugh a little bit. It was the policeman getting fatter.
Yeah.
That made me laugh.
Subtle.
Yeah.
It wasn't in your face. It was, I mean, he was getting silly fat.
Yeah.
But it's subtle and it worked. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. One of the bank managers was all right. The most sort of vicious one. I thought that he's sort of over the top character worked slightly. There was no need for the other two. You're right, but yeah, just the policeman really.
I just can't help but think that they've forgot something, and it was like, we're going to tell the story of Willy Wonka. All right, okay. Well, don't forget, there's many generations out there with a love of this film, and nostalgia is going to be your biggest thing here, mate. What? Nostalgia, right? Really sell it. We need that nostalgia, feel-good element of the other film where we can connect it all together.
The charm,
yeah, because we got people in their 80s, 70s, 60s that have seen this. Their kids have seen it. Everyone's grown up with it. Everyone knows about it. Use that nostalgia. And all we had was a little melody. And then they forgot about the rest of it. Yeah. So where's my nostalgia, motherfuckers?
Yeah. It's not good, was it?
It's you can't just... I mean, from the start, we had a tinkle of the song, and my heart was just like... that holds power for me. That reminds me of being a kid. It reminds me of sitting there watching it with kids. It reminds me of mum and dad sitting me, watching it with my nan and granddad, all that shit. And then they served us up a shit sandwich.
It reminded me it was a fucking musical.
Yeah, and then we got to the end, and that last 35 seconds made me warm inside. And he's making the factory, and all the colour palette comes in, and we're getting there, and I think, this is a film I wanted.
Yeah. Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah, you should have seen Cassie's face when I said we was doing this. She was so excited. I gave her the other one we was looking at. And I said, we're doing this one. And her face lit up. And I was like, I want a winner here. And I still got the what the fuck was that after we watched it. Can't win, mate.
No. Well, you got a score on that?
Yeah, I mean, it weren't a complete write-off. There was positives. We had Timothée Chalamet. There was parts in it. But ultimately, I was so disappointed. And I got 32.
Have you? I've got 14.
Right.
Didn't know it was a musical. So...
But I love a musical. It should be down into my wheelhouse. But I couldn't even tell you a song.
I'm going to watch the first one because I don't remember there being that many songs. Not like that. But
you had the Oompa Loompa songs.
Yeah. I suppose
you had
when you say it.
Is it raining? I think is it pouring? And he's on the mad boat thing.
I think I'd zone out on the original because I know where they are. It's just like... brain, my eyes just glaze over until
this is. I think you are right with your summing up where it's musical theatre rather than a musical.
Yeah,
it's like a stage show.
Well, great. Watched anything else?
Yeah, Shawshank. Hence the inspiration for what's that film?
Right.
And then a film called.
Clue there.
Well, if I ain't got it by now, it's tough shit.
Might want to cheat.
Yeah, but cheat. I don't care. Google it. Role play. Amazon thing with Kaylee Cuoco.
I've heard that shit.
It weren't great. It weren't great. It was one of them just about watchable things where you went, it was all right.
All right. So shit. For you to say that means that it's
as
shit.
good as Wonka.
Right, shit. Is that it?
That's it.
I saw Aquaman 2. Well, I saw a lot of it and I turned it off. It's terrible. We weren't stuck covering it, so I got a chance to turn it off. Yeah. So it was bad.
Cool.
I watched Ferrari.
Yeah, okay.
It's not as good as House of Gucci. In fact, I'm not really into me cars and Ferraris and all that. And like the character of Enzo Ferrari is not a particularly likable person. I actually did fall asleep, and then Gill told me that there was a fantastic scene where the car crashes and it rolls over loads of people and there's bits of body and that everywhere. Oh fucking hell! I'm going to watch it, finish it, and that scene's just shit.
Is it?
Yeah, it's nothing like.
You ever driven a Ferrari?
No,
they're not nice to drive.
No. And then it was like, so I thought it was like Final Destination was better at a racetrack with all people and that. So yeah, she oversold that.
Okay.
But and then I watched a film called Bad Words with Jason Bateman. It's quite funny. Okay. Yeah, when he's as an adult enters a spelling bee.
He's one of my more favourite comedy actors at the moment.
It's like a dark comedy. Yeah, I thought it was all right. Not too bad at all. That's it, mate.
Cool.
That's it. So move on.
Yeah, why not?
This is the next section. This is the section that we have to call Homework. There we go. So this is the section where we give each other films that we love and the other one hasn't seen in the hope of uncovering hidden gems. It was you to me this week. What did you give me?
Definitely push that button up, and it's definitely louder, that, isn't it? Yeah. I'll have to knock that down. I gave you a film, mate. It's currently 5.4 out of 10 on IMDb. It's a 1 hour, 50 minutes long, builds a drama sci-fi thriller with a synopsis of Hen and Junior farm a secluded piece of land that has been in Junior's family for generations. But their quiet life is thrown into turmoil when the uninvited stranger shows up at their door with a startling proposal. Starring Saoirse Ronan, Paul Mescal and Aaron Pierre. Only got a gross of $233,000. And it's Amazon original, I believe. This is 2023's Foe. I believe Mr. P's not a fan of this. We're going by his little gif he sent in.
Why do the films have to be so long? An hour and 50, an hour and 30 for something like this.
Yeah. You're never going to get me disagreeing on something like that.
I don't know when did hour and 30s. I know we have the conversation, but there must have been a point where someone said that you're not allowed to have a film below 1 hour 45 anymore.
Do you think it's like digital editing? Do you think it's just easier to do it now?
I don't know.
AI's editing it, and it's just keeping the value for money in there or something.
Christ knows. So, I think there's a problem with films about clones. So if you want to watch this, obviously I wouldn't listen to what I'm going to say because it
or the sentence before he's told you not to listen about.
Yeah, because is there any ideas left to do about films with clones? So I'm thinking now, when I watch a film that I know's got a clone in it, because, if you have a look at something or it's in the synopsis or whatever, or you sort of pretty much get it from the first, because they do mention it fairly early into the film, and that's what it's about. You spend most of your time guessing which one of the available 3 plot twists is going to happen, know.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a lot left, really, that they can change in that. So, yeah, I find it a bit weird that it comes on and I'm just like, okay, so I've got these 3 or 4 sort of ideas as to what it could be. And I know that there's nothing that they can really do that I haven't seen before. And I'm not quite sure why people still make films about clones. It's sort of like you've run out of ideas.
I'll be honest on this one. I didn't get it.
Did you not?
No.
Right. Okay.
I don't know whether it's because this was when Cass was working, I chucked it on and I was just laying there enjoying watching a film and I didn't find myself thinking through it. I just went with it. Right. And when it come round, I was like, That makes a lot of sense. And I agree with you. It's relatively
But it still could have probably been like one of three ideas, though, couldn't it? You know, and I don't mean like that I went, immediately, that's the one. It's just like you've got that set thing in your mind where you're like, right, okay, it could either be this, or it could either be this, or it could either be this. And I don't find that there's much mystery left that they can sort of experiment with in films about clones. The performances were good, depressing. I found it, because it was long, I found a lot of it very drawn out and quite depressing. The dialogue, I think the one thing for me is the screenplay / script let it down.
Okay.
I think the performances were good, but I just found a lot of it just very monotonous.
I think it made more sense to me at the end.
Right.
I think I had that same sort of criticism, but I thought actually when you look back at it and you think she and him are actually learning about each other.
Yeah, I think I have got that there is an element of relationship study when she was reconnecting with her husband, but that sort of gave away the plot twist for me.
No.
So it was good in a way. I just found it very, very. It just felt longer.
Yeah.
And it just sort of kept at the same level. There was a couple of bits that elevated it, and that was when the weird stranger was on screen. Quite weird that he sort of stayed there during the film, and some of the scenes where they were drinking and doing stuff and all that, some of those scenes seemed out of place. It made more sense later on as to why they did, but I quite like those. It sort of reminded me of the Home Invasion film.
Yeah,
that sort of like
undertone,
or that person who's sort of on the edge of snapping all the time, and you're always a bit wary around them. Made me very uneasy when he was there. So that sort of took me away from maybe the sort of monotone feeling of the rest of it. The plot was acceptable. I understood the concept, and this is what it's sort of about, of the clone replacing humans who are called away for important work. I quite like the apocalyptic, is that what it was? Apocalyptic or dystopian sort of world that it was set in. Very, very dull palette, which sort of went all the way through the film and certainly gave you that feeling of isolation in the farmhouse. So everything about it, really, I think, apart from the screenplay, was all right.
Yeah.
And I think that if it had been in the hands of someone maybe who could have written the dialogue and that a bit better, I think it might have been okay.
Yeah.
Not that it was really bad. Not that it was really bad at all. But, I don't know, Mark.
I really liked the use of the light in it.
Right.
Sort of drab, dreary thing, but when they're using, I think it was like green for rebirth. So when it was rebirth, it was always green. When it was death, it was red. Yeah. And we almost had some scenes that looked that palette of Mandy with that light sort of coming through.
I remember thinking, why ain't they got a telly? Because I couldn't quite work the timing out.
Yeah.
Or I don't know when it was set. What sort of years and stuff like that?
I'm assuming futuristic.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. And I remember thinking to myself, how sad would that be if that was how it would be in the future? Imagine that.
I mean, only if your life revolves around a telly, mate. I mean, if I'm living somewhere like that and I can have a fire and I can do some things and I can keep myself entertained, I wouldn't be some sort of...
But if you're going through, you're going through all this and all this technological advances, it's easy for me to say, and you end up with that, you know what I mean? Just sitting there with like nothing. Like no form of entertainment and that.
Well, you've got Gill with you and you're out there living your life together. Mate, don't rely on the telly.
I mean, maybe I'll get the call.
Right, okay.
Maybe I... Never know. I'm sure she'll be better off with a clone version of me anyway. So, yeah. But, I don't know. It wasn't terrible. It's just a bit depressing and a bit sort of... one-dimensional. I just think that clone films, I'm not quite sure where we can go with them. I'm not really sure that they're a good idea to keep making. But I've got 54 on it.
Okay. That's like 3 or 4 times better than Wonka.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely better than Wonka. Absolutely. But I know people might disagree. It was all right to sit and watch. It just didn't blow me away.
No, I wouldn't say it blew
like,
me away.
You know, The Moon was a good one when I watched it.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the first ones really that I sort of took notice of about clones. I thought that was a fantastic film. And like since then, I haven't really found anything that's really sort of...
no, I think I watched it and I went, that's a perfect homework film.
Yeah, yeah. Talking of perfect homework films...
Ooh.
I've Got You, a 2023 film directed by Christopher Borgley, starring Nicolas Cage, Julianne Nicholson, Michael Cera, Tim Meadows, Dylan Galula and Dylan Baker. Running time of 100 minutes, box office of 8.4 million. I don't have a budget. 7 on IMDb, 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. With a synopsis of: a family man finds his life turned upside down when millions of strangers suddenly start seeing him in their dreams. However, when his nighttime appearances take a nightmarish turn, he's forced to navigate the consequences of his newfound stardom. I'm giving you my favourite film of 2023, Dream Scenario.
Looking forward to that, mate.
Are you?
After the bit I know about it is after you talking about it and playing the clip. And when I watched the trailer to get the clip, I was like, that looks great.
I hope you like it anyway. I don't care, but yeah, it's I just thought it was great. Okay. Yeah, I'm not quite sure whether Poor Things would have beaten it. We'll wait and see.
Yeah,
and I'll give you that update when I see Poor Things.
Yeah,
but there you go. It's still at number 1 from last year. All right. I don't know what we're doing next week. No idea.
Beekeeper.
I mean, we could maybe do that. Let's see what we can
something
get
else.
To see. Yeah, we'll choose something because that was done on the old bridge, wasn't it? I've seen the clip of the bit on the bridge.
Watched it last night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I'm not quite sure whether they really needed to come that far.
They didn't
for that scene on the bridge.
I can tell you now they didn't.
But let's see. Maybe it'll be that or something else. All right, okay. Right, do you want to tell people how they can see us on the socials?
Yeah, you can get us on the old Exaruni, which is @movie_drone, or via email on MovieDronePodcast@hotmail.com.
Cool. And please do. Always monitored by Marc, 24 hours.
You finishing that drink, or you tipping most of it outside?
I ain't got much left.
I can see you keep looking at it as if just like the soul is being sucked out of you.
It's giving me stomachache. Yeah, it really has. It's fucking horrible. But yeah, I don't really.
Do you want me to get you a case of cheeky stuff in round here so you can go, I'll take one, love, and we'll do the bit where you just put one down and then pick one up at?
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I don't think I'll be having that anymore. So yeah, okay then, mate. You done?
Yes, mate.
Well, thanks very much for listening. If you did, I am sorry that it's a bit delayed, but I'm going through many medical procedure, and hopefully for everyone's amusement. So there we go. Till the next one.
Hey.
All right. Say goodbye then, Marc.
Goodbye then, Marc.
See you later, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.
Flicking through the old Exaruni the other day, mate, there was a news thing on there. Apparently, 30%, this is genuine as well, it's like 30% of Americans think there's a possibility that vampires exist.
Huh?
Right? No shit. Now, I don't think there are any vampires, unless you count Dracula.
You freak. I'd like to be one, actually. I think, of all of them. You know what I mean? Don't want to be a zombie.
Only because you don't have to go out during the day.
Well, you just get rich in that, didn't you? And live forever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, don't live.
No prostrate exams.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Bless you.
Bless
is
you.
what you need to say. Thanks.
You'd finished.